Welcome back to Eric Unfiltered. I am your host, Eric Dickinson. Before I get started, if you could, jump over to X real quick and give me a follow. I am found at Eric Not Sorry. You can also find me on Facebook at Eric Unfiltered Podcast. I'm also on Rumble now, so if you you don't watch on YouTube, you want to give me a follow on Rumble, give me a follow there. I'm also again at Eric on Unfiltered Podcast. So today, on today's show, I'm going to be getting into the murder on a train car in Atlanta, the armed robbery of a lemonade stand. Yeah, isn't that great? And I'm also going to close this out by telling y'all about my trek to Barkhamsted this weekend. And if you are a fan of sugar, you're going to want to stick around for that. Definitely. Because it wasn't just farm stuff. There's sugary stuff I'm going to be telling you all about. So let's get into this as I resituate myself here because the chair's comfy, but I'm sliding a lot. Anyways, coffee's kicking in, as you can tell. All right, so first story. What's up, Atlanta? Hot Atlanta. On May 30th, 2026, a woman was stabbed to death on a train car in Atlanta on the MARTA train in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, if you don't know, MARTA stands for the Metropolitan Atlanta Rapid Transit Authority. I had no idea what that was because I don't live down in Georgia. The attack occurred aboard a train traveling between Lakewood Fort McPherson and Oakland City stations. The victim was stabbed as the train approached or arrived at the Oakland City station in southwest Atlanta. The victim died at the scene despite aid from first responders. Suspect John Elijah Matthews, 25, was arrested moments after the incident. He was also in possession of the knife. Police described it as a random, unprovoked, senseless act with no apparent prior relationship between Matthews and the victim. The victim is The victim is 66-year-old Margaret Swan, an Atlanta resident described as a mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother. Surveillance video shows Matthews approached her, standing next to her, and attacked her within about 30 seconds. He allegedly slit her throat and stabbed her 18 to 20 times, primarily in the chest and neck area. There were witnesses present. I am so sorry to Margaret Swan and her family. That is unreal. I saw videos about this the day it happened and subsequent coverage afterwards. And a lot of people in that area are saying this kind of stuff, we're surprised it doesn't happen more often because this stuff happens often. And so I did take a quick look into some of the stats and yeah, it's still scary. The numbers technically went down, but dude. So, okay, what I found here is overall Part 1 crimes, the violent and property ones, dropped significantly from 283 incidents in 2020 to 156 in 2025, a 45% decrease, with a 26 drop from the 2024 to 2025 year. I'm sorry. That's still 156 incidents. That's a lot. I don't care if the numbers went down. I don't want to get on one of the trains. That's kind of terrifying. Violent crimes followed a general downward trend until a spike in 2024, followed by improvements in 2025. Now, again, folks, that's stats. Do you live in Atlanta? Do you take the train? Do you think this is accurate? I have no idea. I don't live down there. You tell me. Let's see here. The 2026 data is only through mid-June and is not yet fully compiled in public annual reports, which, no kidding. However, there have been several high-profile incidents, including this one, as well as a shooting on June 5th. Oh, spectacular. And additional reports of violence. So I have a feeling your 2026 numbers will go up. And then I found this little chart that I was like, I'm sorry. So in the year of 2020, there was 2 murders. 2 on the trains. Really? 38 robberies, 79 aggravated assaults. Fantastic. But then there was something else that jumped out at me. There was one in 2021, but in 2022, you had 2 homicides on the train and 3 rapes. What? Or attempted rapes. Either way. What? Where are the men? That's my big question. I hear and see so many men out there peacocking everywhere they go, like they're big Billy Badass. Where were the men when these 3 attempted / actual rapes were committed? Where were you? Were there any real men on the bus or the train? Clearly not. And there was 2 of those in 2023, but don't worry. Oh, it went down to only 1 attempted or full rape in 2024. What? Wow, dude. I'm never getting on a train again. That's it. No. I don't care what the stats are. No. 2023 and 2024, there were 5 homicides. Isn't that spectacular? But it did go down. You only had 1 murder last year on the trains, on the MARTA train. Atlanta, what is up with your trains? Wow. And this isn't just Atlanta, though. I mean, obviously I'm picking on them because this is a story. I'm not picking on you, Atlanta. I saw someone post about it and like, I haven't seen it in the news. I'm like, fuck, I'll talk about it. Why not? I'm bored. Anyways, but I have seen a lot of this recently. I mean, New York City, the freaking Grand Central Station. There was a stabbing 2 months ago, and then 3 days ago or some shit. I didn't look into it because I'm going off memory. But yeah, wasn't there half a dozen people that were cut? This is happening a lot, and it's not just at train stations. There's a lot of random acts of violence out there. And I remember watching Homicide Hunter with Joe Kenda. And I don't remember what episode it was, but I believe he closed out the episode talking about how through his investigation, he realized the homicide was just literally a random act of violence. And he said that the scariest thing about random acts of violence is that they're random. Because, if person A doesn't like person B or, gang affiliation, the guy wearing the blue doesn't like the guy wearing the red, right? You just know. But when it's random, like this, what happened to Miss Swan here, or Mrs. Swan, I'm sorry if I'm not trying to be disrespectful here, but it's literally just random. But what... Arm yourselves. That's the only thing I can say is arm yourself. Be vigilant and diligent. But also the big problem, I know I did say earlier about where's the men. But I also, on the other side of that coin, understand how certain people they don't want to get involved because they remember Daniel Penny. Speaking of trains in New York, there was a man, if you don't remember, years ago. We'll go 3 years off. I'm going off memory here, where there was a man on the bus. I don't remember if he had a knife or I can't remember if he had a weapon in his hand. I don't recall 100%. But he was walking up and down the train car saying he was going to stab people and kill people. And Daniel Penny, a veteran, put him in a chokehold. Ultimately, the man's not a problem on that train or any other future trains. And he had to go on trial for murder. There is way too much white glove catering to the mentally ill in this country, and the violent, and the crazies. I'm curious I'm curious what this guy's record is. I didn't look into that. Does he have a long rap sheet? If you know, let me know. Post in the comments or something. But unbelievable, man. Crime is just off the charts everywhere. Stay frosty. Stay strapped. Seriously, stay strapped. All right, getting on to the next story here. This will be fun. Yo, what's up, South Boston? Talking to you, Southie. I can't. I love the Southie accent. Don't be a fucking retard, right? Sorry, look, I'm from Connecticut. I can't do it well, but I do. I love the South Boston accent. I freaking love it. And June. Just recently, in this year, 2026, in South Boston, you Southies, 2 kids in Southie, they were up to some good stuff. A 12-year-old boy named David and his 11-year-old sister, Juliet, did have their last names. I didn't. I know it's in the reporting in the public. It's kids. It's weird. It's weird for me. But yeah, David and his sister Juliet, so a 12 and an 11-year-old, were outside their home selling lemonade. How freaking awesome is that? They're not sitting inside eating junk food, playing Xbox. I mean, nothing wrong with that, but these kids they decided to be entrepreneurial. You know what? We're not going to sit inside today. It's a nice day. I don't want to play Xbox. Let's go make some money, sell some lemonade. Hell yeah. Get on it. I freaking love that, right? But while they're out getting the fresh air and making some money, they were robbed at gunpoint. Yeah. An 11-year-old and a 12-year-old at a lemonade stand in South Boston. Robbed at gunpoint. What the fuck's wrong with you? We can't have nice things anymore because of people like that. The incident occurred around 4:30 p.m. on Wednesday, June 10th. On West 9th Street, the siblings were selling the lemonade after school when two masked juveniles... Oh, we know what that means. We all know what that means. They approached them. The suspects first asked about buying lemonade and whether the stand accepted Apple Pay. They then grabbed the catch box containing about $50, and one flashed a black handgun in his waistband. They robbed an 11-year-old and 12-year-old at gunpoint for their lemonade stand money. Dude, where's the tire iron? I mean, for real. Someone's got an alley, right? The two children immediately put up their hands and told the robbers they could take whatever they wanted, and no one was physically injured. The father, who was home at the time, called 911 right away. The mother was at work and received a hysterical call from her daughter. Yeah, no shit. The family described the kids as shaken and traumatized, especially the daughter. Can't say I blame them. The empty cash box was later recovered. Boston police released Boston police released surveillance video and photos seeking the public's help. A 14-year-old suspect was arrested days later. 14 years old arrested. Charged as a juvenile because why not, Massachusetts? We'll wait for him to kill somebody first. He's 14. Jesus Christ. Charged with armed robbery and unlawful possession of a firearm. He's 14 carrying a handgun. We're charging him as a juvenile. He knows what the fuck he's doing. This brat is going to be in jail for murder or manslaughter before he's 18. Mark my words. Fucking loser. A second, shorter suspect remained at large as of latest reports. Yeah, because he's probably 12. Another fucking loser. 14 years old, out robbing people with handguns. Tire iron, I don't care how old he is. Unbelievable. The South Boston community, though. Southie. You guys did good. Fuck yeah. The South Boston community quickly rallied in strong support. On Friday, June 13th, neighbors organized a major event to help the kids reopen their stand, which is named Lower End Lemonade. The street was shut down for what became a block party-like fundraiser with long lines of customers. Local leaders attended, including Boston Mayor Michelle Wu and former Mayor Ray Flynn. Now look, I don't like Michelle Wu. I have taken her to task here before. I don't like her. But if you've seen me before, you know I gotta give credit where credit's due. I know there's people out there going, well, it's a photo op. Stop. Perhaps. But Michelle Wu could have gone to a dozen other photo ops on that night, right? So I have to give her credit. I don't like her. I don't like her policy. I think, not going to go there. I got to give her credit. She went there. She's supporting, fucking, that's awesome. Good. Good on you, Mayor Wu, and former Mayor Ray Flynn. Good. That's awesome. I got to give credit where credit's due. Like I said, she could have been doing a fundraiser somewhere else or rubbing elbows with rich people. She decided to go here. Right on, dude. Right on. All right, donations came in. Examples, gallons of lemonade from Stop and Shop, and 50% of proceeds were directed to local organizations working to prevent gun violence and support youth programs the kids participated in, such as sports like flag football, soccer, and such. Parents and residents expressed outrage at the crime but emphasized community resilience, describing it as a triumph over tragedy. The event helped the children feel supported and safer. I mean, that is awesome, Southie. I mean, it sucks that something bad has to happen for people to get, to rally. I mean, we do get complacent. It's kind of like being in family. You drift apart from, brothers, sisters, cousins, or whatever. But then what happens? Someone dies, right? He takes a tragic car wreck, maybe a cancer diagnosis, and all of a sudden people come out of the woodwork. You kind of have a family gathering, and all of a sudden you guys kind of, get hit in the feels and you stick together again, right? That's what Southie did. That is awesome. I hope they find that other little shit, too. Get a second tire iron. God, come on, Southie. Do better. Do better. You guys did awesome for those two, though. That is awesome. What were those two kids' names? Let's see here. David and Juliet. Right on. Keep after it. You guys are awesome. You guys are doing more than what I did at that age. I mean, granted, I was outside with my friends, but we were just playing. We weren't making money. We were finding bottles to return so we could get like cheeseburgers at McDonald's. But keep it up. You guys are awesome. Okay. So, as I have talked about recently, I wanted to start talking about more farmers, more local farmers. I wanted to start buying local, real food, not some of the questionable stuff that you might get at other stores. I wanted to get real food, so I've been in communication with Stead Farm out in Barkhamsted, as I have reported before. And this past Saturday, they had a farmers market in Barkhamsted. Now, it's very small. It is. It's very quaint. There was, I think, 1, 2, I want to say like 5 tables set up. But it was cool. I am so glad I went. I picked up my buddy Ryan and his little ones, Ryan Jr., Rai, and Brooklyn. We hopped in the car and we made the trek out to Barkhamsted. And there it's about 45 minutes one way. Beautiful. We got lucky, man. It was a beautiful day, sunny, nice breeze, wasn't super gross. It was not. It was a perfect day. It was a perfect morning. We made our trek out there, pulled in, and the first booth I saw, I'm looking for the name. I'm like, there's Stead Farm. There it is. And I went over there and I got to meet one of the owners of Stead Farm. Her name is Shannon. Sorry, Shannon, I didn't catch your last name. I'm gonna look it up though. But I did. I met Shannon. Dude, she's super. She's exactly how she is as when I was messaging her on Facebook. She's down to earth, super, super nice, super friendly, and she clearly knows her stuff. Like, she was talking not only farming, but talking about the animals, and not just, the ones that she's about to sell, but also the ones that are soon to be for sale. But the treatment of them and the care that goes into them. And I brought up a contraption I heard about that moves the chickens around. And she goes, oh, yeah. And she rattled off the name. And she goes, I don't like those. And I was like, really? So I was clear. I love talking to people that are passionate about stuff they're into. Like, okay, if I go to a farm, I see, okay, yeah, cows and yep, pigs, yep, chickens. I have no idea what goes in. And what's involved with all of that. And she was telling me a bunch of that stuff, and very, very intriguing. It's just cool. Very cool. She also invited me out to take a tour, which totally going to do. Totally doing. I can't wait. Can't wait to get manure on my boots. For real. I don't care. There's water and brushes. I'll wash it off. I don't care. I'm a guy. I get dirty. So what? But yeah, like I said, Shannon was super, super nice, very super friendly. We wound up buying, my buddy, we bought a pound of bacon. I haven't made it yet. I will get back to you guys on that, but Shannon's right. They do have beef hot dogs, but we bought the pork ones, and she says, I'm gonna ruin you with those, and she's right. We got back to my place, threw them on the grill, and dude, The closest tasting hot dog the closest is, for me, my taste buds would be Groton Weagle. If you're familiar with that one, that's the closest tasting to it. But let me tell you something. It was fat. It was bratwurst fat. So it was not no Groton Weagle hot dog. It was so good. Oh, my God. So good. So good. And also, just a heads up for y'all, when you go to a local farm, you might get some sticker shock. Don't let it completely knock you over with sticker shock, because you're not only paying for local stuff and paying local families, you know where the stuff is coming from. There is no, like, that gross looking farm factory nonsense, right? There is no scientific lab mystery slurry. No, you go to this farmer's market, or obviously any local farm, and you're like, yes, I would like chicken. Guess what? You're getting chicken. And you're not just getting a chicken, you're getting a chicken that was fed right, naturally, not injected with all sorts of gross stuff. You want pig, you want cow, you know where it's from, you know how it was fed, it was treated well. They just had one really bad moment once in their life. You know where it's coming from, and it's real food. It's real food. So, Shannon, it was a pleasure meeting you. I look forward to hanging out with you again, and I'm sure I'll have you on here one day. But I mentioned sugary stuff earlier. Do you guys like confections? Of course you do. Who the hell doesn't? So, let's see here. Blah, 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 blah. Let me scroll down to my notes here. So, yes, while I was there, like I said, I wanted to bring your attention to this other woman that I met there. I met a bunch of very, very nice people. My buddy actually bought some honey. So if you guys like honey, honey, get your honey. All right, so sorry. This other lady I met, and she started her company a few years ago. I want to say it was in 2021. Don't quote me on that. How it started, I'm not going to tell you. She told me, she was not hiding it. It's just I'm going to reach out to her because I would like to have her on and have her tell you guys how her business started. But her name is Lauren Schofield, and she is so down to earth, so friendly, and man, could she talk 100 miles an hour. Oh man, I'm not trying to be mean here. She's awesome. She was super nice. I asked her how her business started, how long she'd been doing it, and she just went. And I'm like, her story is awesome. Like, not awesome, but how it all is now. It's sweet, man. It's sweet. And then, so the name of her business, let me see. My notes keep jumping around here. Is Stidyums. Yes, you will want to go to STIDYUMS.com. Stidyums is her nickname that her husband gave her. And so she is a baker at home, and she does have her regular job. She has a real job. But she bakes and does all this kinds of stuff at home, and she loves it, and she is super good at it. Like, okay, so while we were up there, she does brownies, pastries, cookies, confections, but then freeze-dried fruits. My buddy's kids and me and my buddy snarfed down. She had freeze-dried watermelon and freeze-dried pineapple. Dude, all gone. That shit didn't last a day. Gone. We inhaled it. And then there was this other thing. Freeze-dried Skittles. Homegirl sold us crack. She's a crack dealer. I have to get me some more freeze-dried Skittles. Dude, they are like in a ball. They look like a marble. And they almost feels like Pop Rocks, but it's not popping. And oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. So check out Stidyums.com. Again, that's STIDYUMS.com. Tell her I sent you. She won't remember me. But dude, the stuff is crack. It is so good. And like I said, she's local. I believe if I read my memory serves me right, she's out of East Granby. So again, she's local. Help a sister out. Go get yourself some cookies. Get yourself some brownies. I want to try the brownie. I saw it was huge, dude. It was huge. I was like, but then I'm like, I gotta be good, dog. I've been working. I can't have a brownie. I gotta earn that brownie. Okay? All right. So I hope you liked the episode. And again, that's stadiums.com and Stead Farm, that's STEADFARM. You can again find them online as well. And of course, they're out in Barkhamsted. So if you like this episode, give it a like, share, follow, and all that good stuff. You can again follow me on X at Eric Not Sorry. You can also follow me on Facebook at Eric Unfiltered Podcast. Give this video, or if you're listening to the audio, give it a like, share, tell your friends about me. Don't keep me your dirty little secret. And so, Southie, once again, keep it rocking. Atlanta, get your trains. Like, what is going on with the trains? All right, everybody. Thank you for sticking around. I'm done rambling. Have a good one.